Hello everyone, welcome in the video lecture 12.1. In this video we are going to study about the concept of file handling in Python. We are going to study about the text file handling. In this lecture we are going to study about what is file, what is types of file, text file handling we are going to understand, and we are going to learn how to read a text file, how to write to the text file, how to perform search operation in text file, what are file opening modes, and some practical examples of text file handling. We will do it. So let's start with the text file. So first of all, let us understand what is a text file. What is a file in programming concept? When we talk about a file, normal file, when we talk about in our daily life, so file is a means it is a kind of collection of pages, right, in which some informations are written. But when we talk about a file of computer, then file is a collection of bytes. Bytes, bits and bytes means the bytes means the smallest unit of storage, right? Whatever data we write on digital platform, that is stored in the form of bytes, and a file is a collection of bytes on some place which is given a proper name, and we can access that bytes in the form of file with the help of any program, any application. So in Python also we are going to make our own application. We are going to make our own program. With the help of that program we can operate on those chunks of bytes named as file. Okay, now so when we talk about the programming concept of file, then it is a way of storing data on the storage device like a hard drive, SSD, okay, in a structured format. And file allows us to save, read and manipulate data even after the program that created or access them has been ended, right? So Python has some built-in support for file handling, making it easier to work with the text file, binary file and other file. तो अगर हम देखें सिंपल लैंग्वेज की फाइल क्या होती है, तो collection of bytes is known as file, और Python provides facility all the features. With the help of those facilities and feature techniques, we can operate on those files. We can write, we can create a new file, we can write data to the file, we can update data on the file. Means whatever you want to perform, we can perform with the help of file handling concept in Python. So basically there are two types of file in Python. One is text file and second is binary file, right? Text file store data in the form of plain text which can be read by human directly. Means अगर हम फाइल को ओपन करते हैं फोल्डर में जाकर के डायरेक्टली, तो we can open the file and we can read the contents directly. It is readable. Okay, for example text file, CSV file and JSON file. तो ये जो files होते हैं they can be opened directly and can be read also. But second type of file we have binary file, which is stored in the binary format and which is not stored in the human readable format. Means if you are opening a binary file, so we cannot read the contents directly as it was stored. Means whatever what are the main contents, what are the text there, we can't read properly. It is not possible to read for us. So I have opened here Python IDE, in which first of all what we have to do, we need to open use open function. We have open function. I'm putting into hash open function. This function is very important function which is used to open a file for the purpose of reading, for the purpose of writing, okay, or for the purpose of creating. If file is already there in the system, then we can open the file for reading purpose. So let us first of all read the file. Okay, so how to read the file? What you have to do first, very first, take a variable named file or anything which you like, equal to open, and now here inside of open function we have to provide the path of file which we are going to open. So I am making into D drive a folder named as just file. Inside of this file I am creating a file, for example text file named as f1, okay, and in this file we are writing something like this is a program of file handling, okay, and I am saving it. It is saved. Now file is closed, folder is just open. So we are going to open this file in Python. So how to open this file in Python? So we have to provide the address, so give the path d:/file / and the name of file was f1.txt. okay, .txt. Then put comma and then give your file opening mode. We are opening this file into read mode. R for read mode, W for write mode, and A for append mode. R plus for read and write, W plus for write and read, and A plus for append and read both. So we are going to discuss again this file opening modes. So put here R for we are opening file into read mode, means we are going to open file for reading purpose only, not for writing purpose. Okay, so this statement is telling what open function is going to associate with this file into read mode, and after opening the file open object will be returned to file object. Okay, if anyhow file is not found, if file was not existing there, then it will return null to this variable file. Otherwise, if file is found there, then object means location of file will be returned to file. So let us print once. If file, we can check if file is found or not. So if file, if it is finding the object, then we can print the message file found, and then we can start reading process in the same place. Else we can give message file not found. So let us print it once. So let us save file underscore text underscore 1. okay, so now file found, this message is coming, it means file is found, object is returned. So if you want to see what is existing in the file object, so we can print it directly and you see what is the output coming here. So now you can see this is the location of file. Okay, it is the location of file you are getting here. Now I am trying to open file f2 which is not existing there in the folder. Okay, then what will come? Error is coming, file not found, error. So in previous video which we have discussed, in that we have discussed about the exception handling. So now this is kind of exception which is throwing here ki file not found, because no file is existing there. So how to handle this if file is not found there? Okay, so we can use try, and inside of try we can put, if you are using try, then it is not required to use if condition. So if try is there, so within try only we can write this statement. Okay, try and accept. In accept we can give a message file not found. Okay, otherwise if file is found, then we are going to read the content of file. So how to read? Take a variable like data equal to file dot read function. So we have another function read which is used to read the entire contents of file in one time, and it will be transferred to data variable. Means the read function is going to read all the contents of file in one go, और एक साथ पूरा का पूरा कंटेंट आपको रीड करके in the form of a string. In string format it will transfer to this variable data, and now you can print this variable to get the output. So let us try. So press F5. So now we can see file not found. So now it is not throwing error, it is displaying the proper message because of our exception handling concept, try catch accept. Okay, now if you are writing here F1 which is already existing there, so press again F5. Now again file is not found. Why? f1.txt, 1 minute, f1.txt file, d drive file f1.txt file.read and print the file. Just a minute. Okay, so we are writing your data. Okay, so now we can see your example. Now this is a program of file handling. So we are getting the contents from the file. Okay, so this is a way how we are opening a file and how we are getting the content from file with the help of read function. So read function is used to read content from file. Now if you want to perform any search operation in the file, for example, let us copy paste some more contents in this file. So I am taking some content from file. For example, I am taking from here only. Okay, I am copying, I am pasting, and coming back to the file and pasted here, Control S, saving it, closing this file. Again coming back to the Python ideally. Okay, and let's run it again. Okay, all the contents which are saved in the text file, it is now coming here. So if you want to perform any kind of processing, any kind of search operation, if you want to search any specific thing into the file, then now we can perform. How to perform? Now your entire data is coming to this data variable. Okay, so if you want to check what is the length of how many characters are there in the file, so we can check how many words are there in the file, so we can check everything, we can check. So simply we can use len function. Len function will tell us the length of file. We just put data variable inside of len function and print it here, press F5. So you can see 598 characters are there, including spaces and special symbols. Okay, and if you want to print how many total words are there, so to count total number of words in a file, we need to split the content. So how to split? So data dot split function use, and we can use space here. If we are splitting the file on the basis of split, on the basis of spaces, so total number of words are 102 words are there in the file. Okay, and in the same way, if you want to perform any kind of search operation, you just want to count any specific character, then we can iterate this data. How to iterate? For ch in data. Now if ch equal to, suppose we want to count a, then we can put a, and we can take a variable like count equal to count plus 1, and in the beginning of file we can initiate count equal to 0, so that any garbage value should not be there, and we can print count. Okay, out of loop. So now we can count here 53 is the output coming. Total number of a found 53. Okay, in the same, if you just want to count total number of vowels found in the file, so for checking vowel, so we can check if ch in a e I o u, a e I o u, small letter, capital letter, so we can check it how many vowels are there. So 175 vowels are there in the file. So in this way we can check in the file total number of characters, total number of spaces, any specific character, any everything you can perform whatever you want. Okay, and if you want to check how many words are there in the file, we can check. So this is example of file handling concept. I hope you understood how to open a file. First of all, use open function and then pass the path of file. If you're not giving any path of file, only just you are passing the name of file, it means you are accessing file from current directory where this program is being saved. Okay, and this is file mode. You are opening the file into read mode, so that is why we are using here R, and then we are opening using a read function. So read function is used to read entire contents of file and will transfer in the form of a string to variable data. And now whatever execution you want to do, you can do with help of data. Okay, you want to iterate over data, if you want to just print data, if you want to store somewhere else data, so we can do everything on data, right? So this was one example of file with the help of read function. Second function we have read line. Okay, so now what does read line function do? So if you want to read a file line by line, then we can use this read line function, but read line function will read one single line at a time from file, so we have to use loop and we have to iterate through all the file. Okay, so let us see the example. I'm not going to use this concept. I'm just printing here now. What is print data? So let us see what is output coming here. Okay, so now you can see this is one line. So you'll be surprising how it can be possible. So big line. Okay, so big line is depending on, by default, wherever /n is found in the file. So this is our file. So wherever by default /n is found, new line is found, on the basis of that new line character /n, that readline function is working. For example, if after device I am pressing enter, means new /n has been added to the file, means new line has been added to the file. And now we are pressing S, Control S, saving this file and closing, and then running the program. Okay, now see, press F5. So now we can see only one line has been transferred wherever we have pressed enter key. So as soon as you are going to press enter key, on the basis of enter key, new line has been added to the text file. Okay, so this is the use of read line. So if you want to again read next line after that, then again you have to use this statement. So we are going to again repeat the same statement so that it can display and print next line. So let us see. Got it? So first of all, it is printing this line. After this line, it is reading from here till here, next line. So this is way how we do it. Next we have read lines S. Okay, this read line is also returning in the form of a string only. The output of this read line function is also string format. Now we have read lines. The read line function is little different from read and read line. How it is different? Read lines function read the content of entire file in one go, and each line of the file is converted in the form of element of the list. Right, the entire content of file will be read and will be transferred into list, but each line of the file will become the element of list. Okay, for example, let us see. Press F5. So now we can see the output here. This is one line. This is now first of all you see this is entire list. In this list, this is one element till here. This is the second element till the next /n till here, and this is the third element. Okay, so if we are going to find the length of this output, it will be 3 only, because only 3 lines are there. And how it is counting? Wherever /n is found in the file. Okay, so we have understood the difference into read function, read line function, and read lines function. Okay, now so read function, read line, and read lines we have understood till now. And the read R is used for the read mode. It is opening a file for reading purpose only. If file is not found, it will throw error. W is used for the write mode, and if file is not found, it will create a new file, and if file is already existing with the same name, it will overwrite all the contents of existing file. Okay, A is used for the append mode. It is also used for opening a file in append mode. Append mode means all the content which are already stored in the file will not be truncated, will not be overwritten, but the new content will be added to the file. Means at the end of file, the new contents which you are providing, that will be added. And if file is not found, then append mode also will create a new file. If file is not existing already, it will create a new file. Okay, but if file is already existing, it will not overwrite, but it will start appending to the end of file. And R plus is used for read and write mode, and means it will open the file for the purpose of reading as well as writing, if you want to perform both the operations together in the same file. So we will do this example also, how to read and write all together. Okay, now reading a text file involves 3 processes which we should keep in mind. First, open a file. Now we can understand, because already we have done the practical. So after practical, we can understand theory very easily. So we have to open a file first of all, then we have to read the file with the help of read function. We have to open the file with the help of open function. We have to read the file with the help of read function, and then we have to print data of the file. So examples we can see. A file is given here without path. It means the file is existing into current directory, into read mode. Now we are opening file into read mode. Now content of file is coming with the help of read function. We are reading the file. Don't forget to use the file variable which we are using here to open the file. Then file dot read function we are using. Then content of the file will transfer to content variable, and now we are printing the content. And closing file is very important. If you are escaping while reading file, doesn't matter, but when you are writing to the file, then after finishing writing process we must close the file, otherwise we will not be able to read the file again. Okay, so reading files involve three functions: read, readline, and readlines. Read function read the entire file as a string, readline read one line at a time and will return in the form of string, but readlines will read entire lines of the file and will transfer each line in the form of each element of the list. Okay, now so let us do one more program with the help of same concept. So let us first of all understand what how to write to the file, then we will do a program in which we are going to read and write both together. So how to write? Writing to the file also involves the same process. First of all we have to open the file, then we have to write data to the file, and then we have to close the file. The examples, as you can see, first of all we have to open file into W mode. W means writing mode. Then we have to use write function to write data to the file, and then we can close it. And let us understand first of all write function with the help of example, then we will do next process. Okay, so we are taking a new file. Okay, writing to the text file. So for also writing to the text file, first of all we have suppose content or data. I am telling, so my data is this one: hello friends, we are glad to see you. Okay, this is our one line, and this line we want to write to the file. Now file equal to open function, and if we are writing to the D drive only, then use the same path, D : // and then we have to use // okay, otherwise it will consider, if you are using single slash, then it will take as an escape sequence. File folder, and now the name of file we want to give here h1.txt. txt means we are providing the extension, so the name of file will be h1.txt, and close the quote and then put single quote W mode, W for writing purpose. Now use the variable same again, file dot write function, write, and pass inside of this function what? Data, which you want to write to the file. And after passing it, we can give message to the user. What message? Data transfer to the file, or data written to the file. And later on we can close. Closing is very important. Let us see, if you are not closing first of all, then what will happen. Okay, let's see, press F5. Now see, a message has been coming here, data written to the file. So let us see, h1 is created here. Now if we are trying to open this file, so no data is found here, right? Why so? File is created but data is not written because of close function. We have to close the file. Until we are not using close function, then file writing process is not completed, data will not be transferred properly to the file. Okay, so that is why use the variable file dot close function. Now press again F5, data written to the file, and go back to the folder, check the file. Now hello friends, we are glad to see you. So data whatever we have transferred, it is now coming here. Got it? Now next concept is here in the same program. We have next concept. The next concept is how to use read lines function. Write lines. So write line function is used to write iterable data which can be iterable, means can be iterated, like list, like tuple. Okay, in this way. So if we have a list, for example, in the place of this normal string, if we have combination of data like my list equal to Amit, Sumit, Ravi. Okay, this is my list and we want to write this my list using, first of all, let us see what will happen if we are using normal write function. Okay, see the error. Now what is error coming here? Write function must be string, not list. Okay, so write function takes only string format data, not list. So for that purpose we need to use write lines. So now data written into the file, it is done. So let us see. So we can see here Amit, Sumit and Ravi. So we can find one discrepancy here. What discrepancy is coming here? The data we have transferred here individual data, Amit, Sumit, Ravi, but there is no gap in the text file. It means special line or spaces are not included by default. So we need to pass it explicitly. Means if you want to provide gap also, so we have to give gap here only. Okay. Otherwise we need to use again another technique to provide gap there. Got it? So in this way we can transfer data to the file. So let us make a program with the help of both the concept, how to write data to the file and how to read the same data from the file. Okay. So we are going to take a value from user. So I am taking a list, empty list. Okay. Empty list or string. We are going to take normal string. Okay. Leave it. So input, data equal to input, enter a string, data is entered by the user. Now we are going to transfer this data to the file data and use here only write function, not write lines. Message will be displaying to the user, data written in the file and file is closed now. Okay, so now we have done writing process. Now we are going to do reading process. So for reading purpose also, what we need to do, we need to use the same concept. We have to open the file now in read mode. After closing file, we are opening the file again. Okay, now d equal to file dot read. Use read function to read the entire content from the file in one go and just press D. Okay, and also if you want you can close it. Now if I am going to enter my city is Delhi. Okay, so now this content is transferred to the file and from their file this content is coming back and displaying on the screen. So in this way we are performing both the operations together, reading and writing together. Okay, but we are opening the file separately. First of all we are closing the file and then we are opening the file. Okay, so I hope you understood, all of you, how to create file for reading purpose, how to create file for writing purpose. I hope you have understood how to create file for, how to open a file for reading purpose and how to open file for writing purpose. Now we are going to study about the write lines. Write line method in Python is used to write multiple lines to the file at one time. Instead of writing one line at a time, we can use write line function, which allow us to write multiple line at the same time. So how to use this write line function? Let's see. So first of all, we have to provide a kind of iterator for write lines. Write function work with the normal string, but write lines work with the iterator. For example, it should be either a list or tuple or dictionary. Okay, or it should be list of strings. So let's check online with the help of practical demonstration. So for example, if I'm creating a list, for example, book equal to computer English maths, right? So we have taken one list book. Now we want to write this book to the file. So use file function, file variable, open function. Now provide the path like D drive I'm giving here. Under D drive, one file folder is there, and the name of my file is going to be book1.txt, right? And I want to open this file for writing purpose, so W mode will be given. Now what we have to do, just use file dot write lines, write line function, and now pass your variable book, which is a list of string, right? And after then come close the file, file dot close. Closing is very important when you're writing. Closing is very important when you're writing to the file, otherwise your file will not be processed completely. All done. Let's check. Press F5, save the file. Okay, now program has been executed, no error. So let's check in the D drive under the file folder. Now book 1 has been written here. So we can see computer English math transferred here. It is written to the file, but there is no gap. If you want to provide the gap, we can provide gap here only, and check the file. Okay, now gap is here. Okay, thank you so much for watching the video.